will be the deciding vote tonight. Andrew has voted for...
Jillian, we're so proud. That's great.
Thank you so much, Aunt Sue, and congratulations to all of your family.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down.
94.1 East Coast FM. Philip Phillips home, 8:15, welcoming back home the winner of the very first edition of Big Brother Canada, live in studio on the Wake Up Show from New Glasgow, Jillian Maclaughlin. Hey, Jillian.
Hello.
Oh, that voice of yours. Yeah, you've been busy. Oh, my gosh.
Gone horse.
And you brought a buddy with you.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. We also have in here for the ride this morning fellow contestant Emmett Blois from Gore, Hants County. Hey, Emmett, good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing all right, but it's business as usual for me. Life's a little bit different for both of you. Basically living in this Big Brother bubble for 71 days. What is it like, and I'll ask you first, Jillian, what's it like to be in there for 71 days, no communication with the outside world, no understanding what's happening outside of the house, like in the news, in sports, entertainment, whatever, and then, emerging from that house into a brand new reality for yourself?
It's a pretty crazy ride. In the house, it was fun and exciting at first. You're there with 14 people, so you have time to spend with each one, and it didn't seem so, the days didn't seem so long, but in the end, the days get long, you get stressed, you just want out, you want to see everyone, but I had Emmett the whole time, so that made it a lot easier on me, somebody to talk to that you actually felt like cared about you and that you could trust. It'd be crazy to live in a house where you couldn't trust a single soul and you're constantly, had your guard up, so that was nice.
Yeah, but you're in there for 71 days, and you come out and you come home. And it's a little different than the last time you came home.
Yeah.
A little bit. You had a parade down Provost Street, and then you show up at the Glasgow Square, hundreds of screaming fans waiting for your, to get their picture taken with you and to get an autograph. What was that like for you?
It was pretty nuts. It's definitely not expected. Like, I had no idea this many people were watching. I had no idea, I thought I was going to go back to a normal life, that nobody would even recognize me. But we've been recognized a lot in anywhere we go, everywhere we go. People are like, can I have a picture? So.
I had to laugh because on the finale show you said, I just want to go home and do normal stuff, like go to the drugstore. I'm thinking, going to Shoppers is not going to be the same experience for Jillian here in Pictou County ever again.
No, it's a lot to get used to. Like, I just felt like we were living our normal lives, and like, why would anybody care about what we're doing in that house? Like, we're just having normal conversations. So it's pretty surreal.
It's consumed us for the past few months. It's been very, we feel like we've been along for the ride too. So Emmett, what's it been like for you going from inside the house, coming outside to the real world?
Going in the house, it was a bit, crazy. As I see, you've only ever known shows from the past, and Jill, we haven't watched a whole lot of Big Brother. Basically, just as the stages moved on, we kind of started watching it and figuring out how it goes. So going in the house, it was kind of, as I say, totally unknown, and you're in there with 14 other people. But after a few weeks get by, you get the swing of things, you learn how things work, and, towards the end of it, in the beginning, you're kind of like, oh, man, like, people got to go home. But, because you're having fun, all this, but at the end of it, like, week 3, you'd be like, all right, there's way too many people. People got to start moving, like, you know what I mean? But coming home was crazy, and you never expected any of this. Like, it's honestly, it's been wild. Like, the people at the airport, it was wow. It looked like a boy band was in town. I was like serious? Like,
you're bigger than a boy band,
yeah,
Emmett. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, a lot of Emmett fans, and Jillian, of course, here in New Glasgow. So we do have some clips with Jillian's mom, because I don't know if you know this because you've been, sequestered in a house for 71 days, but your mom has been absolutely fantastic in keeping us up to date with the Big Brother Canada journey and how things were going on with your family as they were watching this. And, oh, what a what a ride for your family to have to watch this on screen. So we're going to hear from Jillian's mom here in just a little bit after Jimmy the Janitor, brought to you by Bob Allen.
You can do it, so come on in.
Big Brother and her mother. We do have Jillian's mom on the line with us once again, Debbie Maclaughlin.
Hi, Ann.
It's been a while since you've been able to actually speak with her.
I know you're like wanting to scream into the TV, do this, do that, watch out for them.
Janelle, who's a Big Brother All-Star.
I really like how Jillian played. If I had my wish, Jillian would win it all.
I was surprised that they were watching it down in the States, but I guess they are.
The Canadian version, the twists and turns, I've never seen anything like it.
But everyone's saying they're trying to create drama because us Canadians are just too nice.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Now, I do have to ask you, Mama of Jillian, thoughts on Emmett?
Well, so far, things are looking to me like it's kind of real.
I think you might be meeting him down the road.
Yeah, I see the way she looks at him, and it does seem real to me. I have talked to his mother, and sounds like she's for the Team Emmett, too. I mean, obviously, we're both hoping for our own children to win, but we think they're doing great together. Yeah, I was really happy to see her standing up to Peter.
To be quite honest, besides her winning all those HOHs, probably my happiest moment for Jillian right there when she said, no, enough's enough. You know what? If he could win all those competitions and be in that position, he wouldn't have taken it, right?
Oh, yeah, I was quite proud when she did that.
And we noticed as well, when she got into her HOH room again, she had a note from little sister, and she also made mention that Mom's doing lots of radio interviews.
Yes.
I was like, that's so cool. Oh, yeah, we do have Jillian and Emmett in studio, and oh my gosh, Jillian, what is hearing all that back now over the weeks, talking to your mom and talking about different episodes? Are you able to process it all?
Yeah, you always when you're in the house, you always wonder what your family's going through back home, and if they're you always try to make reference in your head. You're making a decision. You're I wonder if what my dad would say, or I wonder what my mom would say about this decision. Do they think it's a stupid decision? Do they think it's a smart decision? So you kind of bring your family into the house with you in a sense that you wish you could talk to them first of all to find out what the heck is going on in the house, because you don't know what's going on behind your back and who's saying what. So it's funny to hear talking when I'm in there.
Well, that's a question. Have you guys had a chance to watch any of the episodes, Emmett?
Not really. I guess there's 30 hours of taping. So, and for us, everything's been so hustle bustle when we get back. It's gotta meet this people, gotta meet these people. We just want to, all of our friends want to get together, and they want to, So basically, we're just kind of trying to take a little bit of time for ourselves and hang out. So I guess down the road, and we'll probably watch it all. But as of for right now, we're not trying to rush into it and see, we lived it, so we kind of have an idea what's going on.
True enough. But you get to see all the ones that we're talking about you have behind your back, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, this is true. But, yeah.
You know what? Take a break from it, and then down the road, we just take a weekend and go through the whole thing one by one. We have a check of weather coming up, and we also have more with Jillian and Emmett in studio. We'll be talking about Topaz and Peter on the way.
It's Northern Nova Scotia's Lark.
94.1 East Coast FM with the Sheepdogs, who, by the way, Jillian, are going to be playing at this year's New Glasgow Jubilee. You missed that big announcement when you were in the house, so just filling me in here. Keeping you up to date. 71 days out of reality in a reality show, which is kind of crazy to wrap your mind around. So let's go to the finale night. And Emmett, I have to ask, because I noticed a bit of, I don't know if it was a confused look or something when the vote was read for Topaz on who she voted for. And even you, Jillian, you were like, just the look on your face. Really? What was going through your mind at that moment?
Well, I was kind of, it just happened to me. I'd only been sitting out there a few minutes. The whole season had come to an end, and, it wasn't how I wanted it to end. But, as I say, as soon as I saw that, I knew AJ had voted for Gary, and at that point, it wasn't looking good for Jill. So my night really went really bad. And as soon as Topaz, Arissa pulled Topaz's key out and had Jillian's name on it, everything changed. I could not be happier. It was an amazing thing. You probably can see me fist pumping in the background. I was so excited. And, yeah, it was amazing. You know, she was more concerned about what she was going to say when she got up there than, you know, what key to put in the slot. So, as I say, you know, when she came up there and said that little 150% thing, that really came back to bite her. So, as they say,
rules are rules.
Rules are rules.
All right, so let's talk about Peter, because I found him to be just a little bit harsh on the finale show. And, you know, throughout the game and us watching it on TV, people liked Peter. He was fun to watch, and he never had that. He wasn't so cruel. I found him to be very unkind towards you. So, what were your feelings when he spoke to you like that? And did you deal with him afterwards?
You know, I think Peter is, you know, was putting on an act during the show, so he had a different personality in the diary room than he had in real life. And then I don't know if this was all part of his act or what it was, but it wasn't very nice. And I think that he's quite bitter because I put him out of the house. I think that he's the type of person that can give it but can't take it. So as soon as he, you know, was the target, as soon as, you know, he had to be on the defense, he just turned into a different person. So it kind of shows like what will happen to people when, you know, when things turn against them. So I guess, would you say their true personality shows through? Yeah. So he just turned into like a really mean, bitter, angry jury member that did not want me to win this no matter what the cost. Like,
I found actually the shield. I found that in the end, both Alec and Peter came off looking like sore losers.
Yeah, they were being sore losers.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the after party, or I'm sure you all get together afterwards with the cast. Yes. What's that like? Are you guys all buddy-buddy, or you know, it's a game? And let's get your view on that one, Emmett.
Yeah, you know, it's a game. You know, we're in there. You're in there as individuals. Me and Jill were so lucky because we had each other. But, you know, there's some people in there that made bonds with other people. But, you know, after it's over, we kind of had one night to kind of let loose and have some fun. But, you know, as I say, you know, staying in contact with people afterwards. Honestly, we're back in Nova Scotia there, spread all over Canada. Just me and Jill, and we're going to stay in contact with Andrew for sure. Andrew just lives a few minutes from me in Halifax. So everyone else, you may give them a shout when you're in the town. Other than that, probably not.
Yeah, not even Lala?
Oh, I love Lala. She's one of the people I will keep in contact with. Emmett, Lala, and Andrew are probably the three people in the house that I'll definitely keep in contact with.
She was fun to watch.
Was she? Yeah. She's a cutie.
Yeah.
But no, at the wrap party, there wasn't really much drama. Everyone kind of, you know, just put everything behind them. We were all like, you know, we were in a game. Everyone's going to back us. Everyone's going to cheat. Some people were saying little digs at people like, hey, you said this about me. Emmett and I had no reference to that because we hadn't had a chance to watch the show. So we're just like, yeah, you probably said stuff about me too. You just, you know, people will say things, but it's just, we could laugh at it now already, like right away.
What about your bromance with Tom?
Yeah, well, as I say, you know, it's not going to be like a base where you talk all the time, but, you know, me and Tom ended things when I left Toronto there. It was fine, you know, we're still stay friends, but even, you know, Gary and all these other people, you'll stay friends with them, but, you know, the people you're going to really stay in contact with are back here in Nova Scotia, but, you know, Tom and I tried to make it work there at the end, but you just couldn't save them, so.
Will we be seeing more of you over the summer here in Pictou County, Emmett?
Oh, I think she'll have me.
So obviously the showmans, you guys are hanging out after. Yeah. This is not a coincidence that you're both here this morning. You've been hanging out since the show.
Yeah.
Together, yeah.
We haven't spent much time apart since the show. Oh. I think I went for a run.
Yeah, not too long actually. We might spend an hour or so apart, but it's a very weird experience if you can try to put yourself in that place where, you know, for 70 some days you're within yelling distance of each other, and then to come out in the real world. And, you know, Jill's favorite, you know, line, Emmett, you know, can't do that anymore. It's just like, you know, you just like wonder, where's this person at? But, you know, it's fun to, you know, get back out here and see what it's like.
What's really neat about you as a couple, that you both have shared this extremely unique experience that only a handful of people in the world will ever be able to understand. So I'm sure that is something that will, you know, tie you together for forever. A common bond forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We do have a check of weather and one more break with Jillian and Emmett coming up.
Mom, where the hockey sticks are in the garage.
94.1 East Coast FM with Lights and Toes. 8:54. Well, this was the fastest hour of radio. We are just getting set to wrap things up with Jillian and Emmett in studio here on the Wake Up Show. A few more questions for you. Jillian, favorite moment in the house?
Favorite moment in the house, I would have to say, it was definitely a competition win because I loved those.
Yeah, sure did.
I would say the best moment in the house was when Topaz stepped off of Iceberg Alley. So pumped.
I have to tell you, though, gosh, watching that, it was hard to watch. Imagine actually doing it. It looked so cold.
Oh, it was brutal. I was freezing. I couldn't even enjoy the moment because I couldn't feel like I was so, like... I was freezing to death. Like, I thought I was going to die. But it felt good inside.
Favorite moment since being out of the house?
Since being out of the house, probably playing chess with Emmett last night. It's the first time we got to just chill out and do something other than, be involved in a lot of, media and partying and all that. So we just got to kind of relax and enjoy.
Having to be in a morning show.
Yeah.
So what about you, Emmett? Favorite moment in the house?
When Dan first came in, it was not a good thing for me, as I probably said. But, moving on from that, the guy taught you a lot and, really enjoyed the time that he was there. Out of the house, as I say, we've been kind of all over the place, people kind of pulling and going, and it's just been really nice to spend some time, like we said last night, we got to chill out and play some chess and just have, me and Jill time, I guess. So that's kind of what we're looking forward to.
So let's talk about the big prize. We really haven't mentioned this. $100,000, Jillian, a brand new car, and a $25,000 shopping spree. So what's the first fun thing you're going to buy, or have you already done it?
A trip to Florida. We just booked a trip to Florida yesterday, so that's the first thing I bought with my money.
You know what? You need a vacation from the vacation in the house, because that wasn't... People say, well, you weren't really working, but I'm sure pretty stressful being in there.
Yeah, it's probably the most stress I've been under for a long period of time, so it'll be nice to, get away and not have to worry about anything.
Okay, cool. Now listen, Sarah's in here. Sarah dropped by for a visit. She's friends with Tom in our sales department. Tom said to me yesterday, he said, Ann, I know the biggest Big Brother Canada fan. Her name is Sarah, and Sarah just got a tattoo. What's your tattoo, Sarah?
Power Veto.
Power Veto.
That's pretty crazy.
That's hardcore, right? So Sarah's having a moment right now. You good? Do you have any questions you want to ask?
Yeah. Why Gary and not Tala?
Let's get this one a lot.
Oh, why Gary and not Towel? That's the question. I guess that's directed towards Emmett right now. So, Emmett?
Basically, I just would rather, Tala only weighs 90 pounds, and we didn't have a hanging endurance, and I knew the first part was going to be endurance, so I would rather, there's no way me and Gary are going to beat Jill in endurance. Going into it, as you say, you don't know. You know what it's like, or you can see it, but we can't see it. As you say, we just have to go from what we've seen in the past episodes and what's happened before, and girls dominate all endurance. So I would rather take on Gary in a physical, and, as soon as Gary dropped, I would have dropped. Jill moves on to the final. I beat Gary in a physical. Me and Jill go on the final. It doesn't matter. We walk out together.
Emmett, are you sure you never watched Big Brother before? Because, wow, you were like constantly thinking. Now, again, we're just watching little bits of pieces of your day on the show when they put it together. But you really seem to know the inner workings of the game.
As I say, I was never a huge Big Brother fan. As the stages moved on, I got to watch maybe an episode and a half, 2 episodes, but... once you get in there, you could find out pretty quick how things work, what people do, and basically, as I said, I was put in the block the first night. Having a good physical game will help you in the game, but it will not get you to the end. You need a very strong strategic game to get you to the end, and that's what I had to come up with.
The first showmance in history to make it to the end, which was really, really cool. Really? You guys stuck together and just thought it was awesome working together. And certainly, Jillian, all those HOHs, oh my goodness, absolutely incredible. You made us proud. Every time I'm so excited coming to work, I'm like, she won HOH again. It's so great. So I know it's not like $100,000 or anything, but we do have a couple of things for you. That's for you, Emmett, from 94.1. So you can. Do you drink coffee? You drink your coffee man, right? Andrew always made coffee every morning. No, okay, no.
I do.
No.
I'll take it.
So,
That's appropriate.
yeah, it says, got milk, man.
Oh, good.
And this is a picture of us the other night, Jillian, and it says, winning top prize on Big Brother Canada, $100,000. Coming back home, priceless.
Oh, wow.
Congrats, Jillian.
Thank
from
you
94.1.
very much.
There you go. No, thank you so much for coming in. I know it's been really hectic for you guys. Really appreciate it. All the best. I look forward to seeing you at Shoppers.
I'll be there.
Thank you so much. Emmett Blois, and of course the winner of Big Brother Canada, the very first edition, our very own Jillian Maclaughlin. And you heard them here on 94.1 East Coast FM.